There are moments in life when the ground beneath you cracks, when the walls close in, when every voice around you screams that you're not enough, and yet something deep inside refuses to break. That's not luck. That's not coincidence. That's the signature of the chosen. You weren't designed to crumble under pressure. You were built to stand when others fall. You were chosen to remain calm when chaos erupts. And if you've been shaken lately, if you felt the weight of the world pressing down on your chest, understand this. What's happening to you is not destroying you. It's revealing you. Most people spend their entire lives reacting. Someone criticizes them, they collapse. Someone rejects them, they question everything. Someone walks away, they chase. They live at the mercy of other people's opinions, other people's moods, other people's approval. And they wonder why they never feel stable. They wonder why peace eludes them. It's because they've been building their foundation on sand. They've been anchoring their identity to things that shift. And when the storm comes, and it always comes, they have nothing solid to stand on. You felt it, haven't you? That hollow ache in your chest when someone you trusted turned their back. That sinking feeling when your plans collapsed. That quiet terror in the middle of the night when you wondered if you'd wasted years going in the wrong direction. The confusion, the disorientation, the fear that maybe you missed your moment, that maybe you're too late, that maybe you're not strong enough for what's ahead. Those feelings are real, but they're not truth. Here's what most people don't understand. Being shaken doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're being tested. It means something in you is valuable enough to be refined. Gold doesn't fear the fire. It welcomes it. Because gold knows that what emerges from the flames is purer, stronger, more valuable than what went in. You're not falling apart. You're being purified. And the fact that you're still here, still standing, still seeking, still believing there's more, proves that you're made of something rare. But let's be honest. It's exhausting, isn't it? Constantly trying to prove yourself. Constantly seeking validation. Constantly wondering if you're on the right path. You smile in public, but in private, you're drowning in doubt. You post victories online, but at home, you're battling voices that tell you you're a fraud. You keep moving, but you're not sure where you're going. And the worst part is the loneliness. Not physical loneliness, soul loneliness. The kind that makes you feel invisible, even in a crowded room. The kind that makes you wonder if anyone truly sees you. That loneliness isn't random, it's strategic. You were isolated because you were being prepared. You were separated because you were being set apart. The chosen don't travel in crowds. They walk through valleys alone. They sit in silence while others celebrate. They endure nights of questions while others sleep in false peace. And it hurts. God, it hurts. But pain isn't punishment. Pain is the price of transformation. Think about a seed. When it's planted in soil, it's buried, covered, cut off from light. If that seed could think, it would panic. It would believe it was being destroyed. It would cry out for rescue. But no one rescues it. Because what looks like burial is actually planting. What feels like death is actually the beginning of life. And when that seed cracks open in the darkness, when it breaks apart under the pressure of the soil, it's not dying, it's becoming. The shell that protected it must shatter for the root to emerge. The identity it knew must end for the purpose it carries to begin. You've been buried. You've been in the dark. You felt the pressure. And you thought you were dying, but you were germinating. Everything you've endured was preparing you to break through. The confusion was killing your need for control. The rejection was destroying your addiction to approval. The isolation was removing your dependence on crowds. You weren't being punished. You were being planted. And what's about to emerge from you will shock everyone who buried you. But here's the issue. Most people abort the process. They feel the pressure and they quit. They experience the darkness and they run. They mistake preparation for rejection. They interpret refinement as punishment. And they walk away from their destiny right before the breakthrough. Don't be that person. Don't abandon the process because it's uncomfortable. Don't reject the season because it's painful. The caterpillar doesn't become a butterfly by staying comfortable. It dissolves. It loses its shape. It surrenders what it was to become what it's meant to be. And in that cocoon, in that dark, tight, suffocating space, it doesn't know it's becoming something beautiful. It just knows it's breaking. You're breaking too. But not in the way you think. Your old identity is breaking. Your old limitations are breaking. Your old fears are breaking. And yes, it's painful. Yes, it's disorienting. But it's necessary. Because you can't carry your future in your old form. You can't walk into your destiny dragging your past. Something has to die. And what's dying in you isn't your purpose. It's your prison. Before I continue, answer one question honestly. When was the last time you felt truly at peace, not because everything was perfect, but because you knew deep in your soul that you were exactly where you were supposed to be? If you're still listening, something inside you is waking up. Something is stirring. Something is recognizing truth. And that something is your purpose calling you home. Let me tell you about a lion cub. When it's born, it doesn't know it's a lion. It doesn't understand its power. It plays, it stumbles, it learns. And for a while, it might even fear the world around it. But then something happens. It hears its father roar. And something ancient awakens inside it. Something that was always there but dormant. Suddenly it stands differently, moves differently, sees itself differently. Not because anything was added, because something was activated. You've been living beneath your design. You've been playing small because you didn't hear the roar. You didn't know who you were. But I'm telling you now, you're not ordinary. You're not average. You're not a mistake. You carry the DNA of greatness. You carry the blueprint of purpose. You carry the signature of the divine. And every storm you've survived, every battle you fought, every night you've cried yourself to sleep was awakening the lion inside you. But lions don't roar until they're ready. They don't announce themselves prematurely. They wait. They watch. They grow in silence. And when the moment comes, when the time is right, they don't ask for permission. They don't seek approval. They just roar. And the entire jungle recognizes authority. You've been silent long enough. You've been hidden long enough. You've been doubting long enough. The season of preparation is ending. The season of manifestation is beginning. But you have to shift your posture. You have to stop begging for what's already yours. You have to stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You have to stop apologizing for being different. Different isn't defective. Different is divine. Here's what I need you to understand. Your value isn't determined by who accepts you. Your worth isn't validated by who chooses you. Your identity isn't defined by who stays or who leaves. You were chosen before you were born. You were called before you could speak. You were set apart before you understood what that meant. And nothing, absolutely nothing that happens in time can change what was decided in eternity. But living like you're chosen requires something most people aren't willing to give. It requires stillness, calmness, unshakable confidence, not arrogance, not pride, but deep, settled, rooted assurance that what's meant for you will find you, that who's supposed to stay will stay. That what's designed for you can't be taken by anyone else. Most people are frantic. They're anxious. They're chasing. They're forcing. They're manipulating. And they wonder why nothing lasts. It's because they're building with their hands what can only be established by their faith. You don't have to fight for your place. You don't have to compete for your position. You don't have to prove your value. Your presence is proof. Your survival is evidence. Your endurance is testimony. The fact that you're still standing after everything you've been through isn't luck. It's purpose protecting you. It's destiny preserving you. It's grace holding you. But grace doesn't remove pressure. It gives you the capacity to endure it. Grace doesn't eliminate storms. It teaches you to stand in them. Grace doesn't make life easy. It makes you equal to the difficulty. And if life has been hard for you, if the road has been rough, if the journey has been brutal, it's not because you're cursed. It's because you're being prepared for something that requires strength most people don't have. Think about a potter shaping clay. The clay doesn't understand the pressure. It doesn't see the vision. It just feels the hands pressing, molding, reshaping. And if the clay could speak, it would beg the potter to stop. It would plead for relief. But the potter doesn't stop because the potter sees the masterpiece. The potter knows the purpose. The potter understands that what looks like destruction is actually creation. And when the vessel is finished, when it's fired in the kiln, when it's tested by heat and pressure, it doesn't break. It hardens. It becomes permanent. It becomes useful. You're in the potter's hands. And yes, it hurts. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, you want it to stop. But if the potter releases you now, you'll stay soft. You'll stay fragile. You'll break under the weight of your assignment. So the pressure continues. Not to harm you, to form you. Not to break you, to make you. I know you're tired. I know you're weary. I know you've been fighting battles no one sees, carrying weights no one understands, enduring pain no one acknowledges. I know you've thought about quitting. I know you've questioned if it's worth it. I know you've wondered if anyone even cares. But listen to me. Your fatigue is not failure. Your weariness is not weakness. You're tired because you've been climbing. You're exhausted because you've been fighting. You're worn because you've been carrying. And the fact that you're still here means you're stronger than you think. Most people would have quit by now. Most people would have given up. Most people would have surrendered to the lies, the fear, the doubt, but not you. You're still standing. You're still seeking. You're still believing. And that stubbornness, that refusal to quit, that relentless determination to keep going even when you don't know how, that's the mark of the chosen. But here's the shift. You can't keep going the same way. You can't keep carrying the same weight. You can't keep fighting the same battles. Some things you need to release. Some people you need to release. Some habits you need to release. Some expectations you need to release. Not because they're bad, but because they're not yours to carry. You've been holding on to things that were meant to pass through your hands, not stay in them. And the weight is crushing you. Release doesn't mean you failed. Release means you're maturing. It means you're learning discernment. It means you're choosing peace over proving points. It means you're valuing your mental health over other people's comfort. And yes, people will be offended. People will misunderstand. People will accuse you of changing. But you're not changing. You're becoming. You're shedding the false self to reveal the true self. You're removing the mask to expose the masterpiece. And when you finally release what's not yours, when you finally stop carrying what you were never meant to hold, something miraculous happens. You become light, not weak, light. You move differently. You think differently. You see differently. You're no longer weighed down by burdens that weren't yours. You're no longer shackled by expectations that were never real. You're free. And freedom doesn't mean you have no responsibilities. Freedom means you're only carrying what's yours. Let me tell you about a man who spent years wandering. He had talent. He had potential. He had opportunities, but he had no direction. He tried everything. Business, relationships, careers, cities, and nothing stuck. Nothing felt right, nothing satisfied. He was moving, but he wasn't progressing. He was busy, but he wasn't productive. He was surrounded by people, but he felt alone. And one night, exhausted and empty, he stopped. He didn't quit. He stopped. There's a difference. Quitting is giving up. Stopping is getting still. And in that stillness, something shifted. He heard a voice, not audible, internal, a knowing, a clarity. And the voice said, "You've been chasing what everyone else wanted. Now chase what I placed in you." And in that moment, everything changed. Not his circumstances, his perspective. He realized he'd been living someone else's life. He'd been trying to fulfill someone else's expectations. He'd been chasing someone else's definition of success. And it was killing him. So he stopped. He released. He surrendered. And when he did, his true path appeared. Not easier. Clearer. Not without obstacles, but aligned. And alignment changes everything. You've been out of alignment. That's why nothing feels right. That's why you're exhausted. That's why you're frustrated. You're trying to force fit into spaces you weren't designed for. You're trying to meet standards that weren't set for you. You're trying to fulfill expectations that don't align with your assignment. And it's breaking you. But the breaking is waking you. The pain is redirecting you. The frustration is pushing you toward your truth. So stop fighting it. Stop resisting. Stop pretending. Stop performing. Stop proving. Just be. Be still. Be honest. Be authentic. Be you. Not the version people expect. Not the version you think is acceptable. The real you. The raw you. The you that's been hidden beneath layers of fear and people-pleasing and perfectionism. That you is enough. That you is powerful. That you is chosen. And when you step into that, when you own that, when you walk in that, everything shifts. You stop seeking validation because you're rooted in identity. You stop fearing rejection because you know your value. You stop chasing people because you understand destiny. You stop forcing outcomes because you trust process. And you become unshakable. Not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. Unshakable doesn't mean unbothered. It means anchored. It means rooted. It means no matter what storm comes, no matter what wind blows, no matter what voice speaks, you remain, you stand, you endure. Not with clenched fists, with open hands. Not with rigid control, with flexible faith. Not with anxious striving, with calm confidence. This is what it means to be chosen. It's not arrogance. It's assurance. It's not pride. It's knowing. It's not entitlement. It's understanding. You understand that your life has meaning. Your pain has purpose. Your story has power. And nothing, absolutely nothing, is wasted. Every tear you cried watered seeds. Every rejection redirected your path. Every betrayal revealed character. Every loss created space. Every delay developed patience. Every closed door protected you. Every no positioned you. Every silence prepared you. And every single moment you thought you were losing was actually setting you up to win. You grow in silence. You heal in silence. You rise in silence. The noise around you is distraction. The opinions around you are irrelevant. The doubt around you is temporary. But what's inside you is eternal. What's inside you is unstoppable. What's inside you is destined. And it's time to stop apologizing for it. It's time to stop hiding it. It's time to stop shrinking it. It's time to let it out. But letting it out doesn't mean being loud. It means being certain. It means showing up as yourself without explanation. It means standing in your truth without defense. It means walking in your calling without permission. And when you do that, when you finally step into who you were created to be, the right people will recognize you. The right opportunities will find you. The right doors will open. Not because you forced them, because you aligned with them. Alignment attracts. Desperation repels. And for too long, you've been operating from desperation. Desperate for love. Desperate for approval. Desperate for success. Desperate for validation. And desperation has kept you small. It's kept you stuck. It's kept you settling. But today, that ends. Today, you shift from desperation to declaration. You declare who you are. You declare what you carry. You declare where you're going. And you don't wait for permission. The world doesn't give you permission to be great. Greatness is your birthright. The world doesn't grant you access to purpose. Purpose is your inheritance. The world doesn't validate your calling. Your calling validates itself. And the moment you step into it, everything around you will respond. Not because you demanded it, because you embodied it. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop doubting. Stop questioning. You've been given everything you need. The tools are in your hand. The grace is on your life. The favor is surrounding you. The protection is covering you. And the assignment is clear. Now move. Not recklessly. Purposefully. Not frantically. Steadily. Not with fear. With faith. And when obstacles come, and they will come, don't interpret them as stop signs. Interpret them as resistance. And resistance means you're moving in the right direction. Resistance means you're a threat to something that needs to be challenged. Resistance means you're on the verge of breakthrough. So don't stop. Don't turn back. Don't retreat. Push through. Press forward. Keep going. Because on the other side of this pressure is your promise. On the other side of this pain is your purpose. On the other side of this test is your testimony. You were built for this. You were chosen for this. You were called for this. And nothing that's happened to you has disqualified you. Nothing you've done has eliminated you. Nothing you've faced has defeated you. You're still here. You're still standing. You're still believing. And that means you're still in the fight. And if you're still in the fight, you haven't lost. The enemy wanted you broken, but you bent and didn't break. The enemy wanted you silent, but you found your voice. The enemy wanted you isolated, but you discovered your strength in solitude. The enemy wanted you defeated, but you turned your pain into power. And now you're dangerous, not to people, to principalities, not to flesh, to forces. Because you've been through the fire and you didn't burn. You've been through the flood and you didn't drown. You've been through the valley and you didn't die. And survival like that creates authority. You have authority now. Not because someone gave it to you, because you earned it. You earned it in the midnight hours when no one was watching. You earned it in the battles no one knew you were fighting. You earned it in the moments you chose faith over fear. You earned it in the seasons you stayed when everything told you to leave. And that authority is about to manifest. It's about to be seen. It's about to shift atmospheres. But don't waste it. Don't abuse it. Don't misuse it. Use it to liberate. Use it to elevate. Use it to inspire. Use it to build. Because authority without responsibility is just power. And power corrupts. But authority with purpose transforms. It heals. It restores. It redeems. And that's what you were chosen to do. Not just succeed, transform. Not just win. Elevate others. Not just arrive. Bring others with you. Your success is not just for you. Your breakthrough is not just for you. Your testimony is not just for you. It's for the person behind you who's about to quit. It's for the person watching you who needs hope. It's for the generation coming after you who needs proof that it's possible. You're not just living your life. You're writing a script. You're creating a path. You're building a legacy. And how you handle this moment will determine what you leave behind. So act like it, walk like it, talk like it, live like it. You're not ordinary. You're not common. You're not random. You're chosen. You're called. You're anointed. You're equipped. You're empowered. And you're unstoppable. Not because you're perfect, because you're purposed. Not because you have it all together. Because you've learned to trust the one who does. And trust is the key. Trust is what keeps you calm when chaos erupts. Trust is what keeps you still when storms rage. Trust is what keeps you confident when critics speak. Trust is what keeps you steady when situations shift. Because trust isn't based on what you see. It's rooted in what you know. And you know this. You know you're not alone. You know you're not abandoned. You know you're not forgotten. You know there's a plan. You know there's a purpose. You know there's a promise. And you know that what's been spoken over your life will come to pass. So stop looking at the clock. Stop counting the days. Stop measuring the progress. Just keep walking, keep believing, keep trusting. Because every step you take in faith, even when you can't see the path, is building something in the unseen. It's shifting something in the spiritual. It's aligning something in the heavenly. And when the time is right, when the season changes, when the door opens, you'll look back and realize that nothing was wasted. Every tear had meaning. Every trial had purpose. Every test had a testimony attached to it. And that testimony is going to shatter chains. It's going to break generational curses. It's going to open doors that were sealed. It's going to inspire movements. It's going to change lives. Because your story isn't just your story. It's a weapon. It's a tool. It's a blueprint. And the world is waiting for it. The world is waiting for you, not the perfect version, the real version, the scarred version, the broken and rebuilt version, because that version has power. So step into it. Own it. Walk in it. Live it. You're not who you used to be. You're not where you used to be. You're not what people said you were. You're who you were created to be. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can shake that. Not opposition, not rejection, not disappointment, not delay, nothing. Because what's in you is greater than what's against you. What's with you is stronger than what's before you. And what's ahead of you is bigger than what's behind you. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your season. And you're going to walk through it with your head high, your heart steady, your faith strong, and your spirit unshakable. Because you were chosen for this, you were built for this, and nothing is going to stop you. Nothing is going to move you. Nothing is going to break you. You're standing, you're staying, you're winning. And the world is about to see what chosen really looks like. If this message spoke to your heart, share it with someone who needs hope today. And if you want more messages that grow your soul, subscribe, because your journey has just begun.